my question for you guys was just like, I was just curious because we have the elephant in the room. Obviously, we know post ABK, especially Microsoft being more emboldened after winning the FTC trial, right? And they've been on record to say, hey, we're not done. And I know it's still kind of fresh. We know the integration most likely is going to happen this year. We expect ABK, Game Pass announcements, Call of Duty, maybe potential back catalog of stuff. But I guess my question for you all is that, we know that they're going to continue to want to feed Game Pass as a service.
Right.
And you see Embracer making themselves very accessible, almost in a way that even so Sega had to divest. They got rid of the pachinko division. If someone was interested, it would be a little bit easier now to come and get the specific pieces you want.
Right.
Do you think, because I know King's been on this train for a minute, so I got to feed him a little bit, do you think, maybe dudes are already making themselves available for down the road, there are some relationships.
Yeah. So I'll start. I do think so. However, I don't think it would be smart to do it in the near future.
Okay, talk
right. The reason why I don't think it would be smart to do it like in the near future, meaning like this year or probably second half of next year, is because I feel like the top brass at Xbox needs to make sure there is a steady stride, that cadence that they've been saying that they were going to get going into Game Pass or their
quarterly
games.
flow.
Right. They need to get that going and train us that that's what's happening. Right.
Okay.
Like, because Microsoft is all about training their consumers, right?
Getting us up to speed of what's going to happen.
Right.
And you better get on board about this is how it's going.
Yeah. So like whenever that starts happening and there's no more, and it's hard to say that, but there's not any confusion anymore about what games are going where. Any of that, I think what they done with that was kind of ease regulators. Like, oh, we see that they're sharing the games. The next Call of Duty came out. They're still sharing that. The parity clause is still intact. Just to make sure that Lena Khan or whoever else comes in.
So the block is hot. The block is still hot right now.
100%.
I got you. Feds is on us. Okay, I see what you're doing.
Yeah. So let's pump the brakes. Let's tell our consumers or our Xbox fans, like, this is what we're doing, and let's show them this is what we're doing, right? And then once that eases in and everybody's happy, that's when you strike.
Okay,
you get you a new one, because now everybody's happy with what you're doing already. It's like, how are you going to take on more?
I got you,
and you haven't even given us what you promised.
Okay,
right?
I feel that. I see.
That's where I'm at with it.
All right. Nova and Scales, what y'all think?
Pretty much the same thing, to be honest. Like, because if they were to purchase one portion of the Embracer group, I'll just call it for now, like, it would have to be somewhere. It'll have to be somewhere. One of the friends coming over here. You know what I'm saying? But somewhere down the line, they'd have to do it, because they, like you said, they bought ABK. I still feel like they still have a long way to go with giving us the products that they have to offer fully. You know what I'm saying? So they just spent a huge bag on that deal, and they're still working on bringing us that stuff. So, but it does make it really nice for other companies to swoop in and buy parts of this company. It doesn't have to be necessarily Microsoft / Xbox.
Good point.
It could be anybody who's in the market for, a whole, group of some tabletop games, because it's booming. It's, I'm not a huge tabletop market fan, but I do know some, and it's a huge market. So yeah, exactly. Vikings won. But yeah, I think they're just opening themselves up to put themselves in the position to eventually sell off some of this stuff, because you're not buying all these IPs just to hold on to them forever. Every now and then you're gonna want to sell off some of these stuff. You don't want to hoard forever. So yeah. What do you think, Skell?
I agree with both of you guys. Honestly, I agree with the training for sure. I feel like as soon as I'm getting that Call of Duty and Game Pass successfully all the time, you know I'm getting that because, like you said, you can overbuy. You know what I mean? You can buy a lot and not mess with the stuff you got, and then it's like, hold on, what happened to the stuff we got earlier? Y'all buying more? And I literally I got that point from Viking and Nova. Like that's a really good point. It's you could just have too much, and I do want to see what they got going on before they introduce more things. So I agree. I think if they steadily train us to know that we're good in the space, it's like, hey, because right now it's like, what do we have? What is the Xbox brand? Where is it going? This and that. As soon as we're comfortable and we're good, don't get me wrong, I'm comfortable already. Right. I'm good. Yeah. Personally, we're doing great. But
I agree.
So
I got games to play. Everything
right.
Me.
I'm overbooked. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Games to play. So I'm very happy. But I do say I agree. Like once they get it booming with the Call of Duty in there and just actively giving us stuff, and then that's and not only that, like you're saying, they could use some good news. You know what I'm saying?
That is true.
Like I'd like to see something positive. I'm here for the games. I don't want to see anybody go down. You know what I mean? So
my man, talk to him.
I want them to succeed. I want the games. Bro, I love Tomb Raider and stuff. Crystal Dynamics, I love that. I love that stuff. So I don't want it to go anywhere. So I hope for success. And that, hey, if Microsoft Xbox does that, they got money.
Black Skelly, you pocket watch?
they spinning it. I can't help but to watch.
They in the club crazy right now. But I feel y'all making fantastic points, which is like, look, fulfill the promise that you initially made with ABK and Bethesda. Continue to show consistency. Continue to put out quality games. I think they need about a year or two of that consistency. And Viking, you're on fire with that quarterly cadence promise that they made, right? I would like to see that. And it looks like, I noticed the beginning of this year, outside of the Power World at the beginning, and we just got that gap between Hellblade. So I know dudes is going through it right now. You know what I'm saying? It's been a party. All you had was a partner showcase talking about 4 joists going on. So they need to see, but it's to your point, Skells. It's like, I do see it. And I'm like, okay, boom. After that, it's Hellblade. Then you got the showcase. Then you got, Avowed. You got Indiana Jones. You got the ABK. I see it, Vision. It's just the execution and the quality of the game. If they do that, that's all they need to focus on that. And then everything else, once you settle in, then you can add on, later down the road. But right now, just execute on the vision. Give people more confidence on the quality of the games on the platform.
Because you don't want it to be stuck in acquisition mode, like because then they'll be in the same position that Embracer Group was in.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day.
Absolutely.